Hi, this thing working? Sorry, this is my first time live streaming, so I really don't know. I think I'll move the camera. That's Cody's bed in the background, by the way. That didn't work. Anyway, I hope the audio's okay. Um, the reason why I wanted to do this live instead of my normal pre-recorded videos is there's something that's been going around that I wanted to talk about that, normally I do my Smooch the Cat video or, drawing in the video and I stay behind the camera, but there's something for which I needed to come in front of the camera for. And what it is that, the whole thing about Donald Trump claiming that he's going to crack down on violent video games. This is something I wanted to talk about personally, and I was trying to make a video on my phone, but I kept getting an error message that said phone memory full, and so I had to, quit on that. But getting back to it, the whole thing of it is with the video games is there's violence in everything. You have violence in movies, TV shows, plays, whatever. And the argument saying that, I'll just call them what they are, first person shooter video games or FPS games, cause, the whole fallacy is claiming that they cause violence and they teach people to become mass shooters. No, they don't. If that was true, that all you needed to do to learn how to do anything is to pick up a video game. I am a gamer, and I'll admit that I'm a gamer. And, if all anyone needed to do to learn how to do anything was pick up a video game, then, wouldn't it be true of all video games and not just the ones that are deemed violent? That's a question that I feel needs to be asked. Also, trying something new with this live stream. Ignore the stuff in the background, it's just random. Anyway, keep checking on the thing here. Anyway, getting back to what it is. Just wanted to write a comment in my own live chat. I see there's nobody there, but anyway, getting back to what I was going to talk about, and I decided not to rehearse this video at all, but anyway, getting back to what I was talking about, if that was true that violent video games causes, the shootings and all, wouldn't it be true of all over the world and in other countries, not just America? I don't agree with Donald Trump's decision to crack down on violent video games. Okay, as a gamer, let's just call them what they are. FPS, which, if to all you non-gamers out there, means first-person shooter games. Now, what it is, honestly, is you look at the violence rates in countries like Japan, which, if I remember right, is the video game capital of the world, because it seems like They got all kinds of video games there from what I've, heard about it and read about it. And they don't really have anywhere near the prevalence of violence that we have in America. And I think that what really causes the mass shootings in America and everything is not the video games. I think that Donald Trump is way off course trying to crack down on video games. I think that what needs to happen is instead look at hate that's being spread. The El Paso and the Dayton shooters, both of them were apparently racist, and they were basically, the shootings were caused by radicalized racism. And one of them even shared a picture or made a picture on Twitter. I forgot which one, but apparently spelling the name Trump, Donald Trump's last name with several guns. I mean, I'm not going to insinuate anything there, but, hey, my thoughts on guns are pretty much, if you're responsible with the gun, then yeah, you should own one. And if you want to take a bunch of guns and spell a president's last name with them, then hey, as long as you're not hurting anybody, spell anyone's last name you want to, you know? As long as it's not done with any type of illegal implications. Anyway, getting back to the subject at hand. Video games seem to be blamed for everything. Yeah, you had some school shooters who were gamers, but you got to look beyond the game. And there's people that will not look beyond the games for it and say, well, there's your answer. If it was the case, why don't you say that a sports video game will teach you how to play that sport? Why don't you say something like, hey, if you want to learn to play basketball, here's a basketball video game. Go out and play it, and you'll be able to go out there and tear up the court like an NBA player. No, you don't. And it's like if somebody wanted to learn plumbing, for example. Do you hand them a video game of, a certain red-hatted mustached plumber and say, here, play this. This video game character is a plumber. No, you don't. In all other professions, real life professions, you actually have to either go to school or take the time, take the classes, and actually learn how to do those things. So, video games are nothing more than forms of entertainment, just like books, movies, and board games are. And I think that the people that think that it's the video games that are causing all these upticks in shootings, I think they need to realize and dig deeper and work on the hate. Work on the real issues, which is doing what we can to, I don't believe that hate can be eliminated altogether. I think it can be reduced. Do what we can to offer the therapy and the help to people who need it, that are getting picked on. Empower the people that are getting picked on so that they will stand up for themselves more and be able to overcome it. They'll have tools to overcome it. Anyway, I also want to ask a question. This is my first live stream, and I just see there's nobody watching, but for those asking later on, maybe, in case any of y'all come back, and, maybe I'm just doing this at a bad time, but do you want me to do these, live streams literally live on Mondays instead of the Smooch the Cat drawings and videos? Or do you want me to do my best to find a way to bring Smooch the Cat back? And I guess hold the drawings up to the camera or something. Let me know what y'all want me to do. I'm gonna go ahead and end this stream now. Have a good day, y'all, and find a reason to smile.